Hello, and welcome to the Where to Start Yoga series. My name is Clyde Hampton, and this is my home. As you guys remember, this is Yoga University. This is where I teach my hot yoga classes on Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays in the morning, Tuesdays in the afternoon, which is in about an hour from now. And also, this is where I did my yoga teacher training. If you're interested in any of those things, make sure you check out the website. Come on over, join me for class. Come have some fun with me. Try out my Ocean Wave series. But what are we doing here today? Today is step 4. We're on the final stage of that Airwalker headstand. We're taking those feet. We're going to get to walking. We're going to talk about walking up. We're going to talk about walking down. We're going to talk about having the hands down. We're going to talk about having the hands behind the head. The different ways to get into your headstand. I'm giving it to you today. I'm setting you free after this. You go, you be creative. Send me some messages and show me what you got. I can't wait to see you guys. All right. So before we get started, let's set our intentions first today because I always seem to not think about that. So let's make sure we get to that first. Setting our intentions. My intentions are to help you get to that final stage, to understand where you're going and give you a space to start to walk into it, start to work on it, start to create it. Find that space for yourself. I really want you to be able to find that and then be able to use that creativity to do even other things that I haven't even thought of, right? I love to see you guys. You guys inspire me. I inspire you. We keep getting better together. All right. So before we do all that, let's do a full recap of what happened here. We started with step 1. Step 1, we were just getting the head down on the mat, finding some comfort with the weight coming over the top of the head, trying to roll to find the top of that head, and just to be able to give you that space to say, this is what headstand is going to feel like. And then we went to step 2. In step 2, we start working on getting the foot off the mat, right? Trying to get that one knee onto the elbow, getting the core muscles to feel that foot getting up, really finding your true headstand. And if you've made it to accomplish past step 2, that is a beautiful thing. Congratulations to you. If you now have your headstand, I hope you enjoy it and have lots of fun with it and enjoy being upside down in those inversions, okay? Okay, so then step 3. In step 3, we worked on lowering down from getting that foot up, right? So controlling those core muscles and slowing down the process of being able to bring your feet down. This is what the core muscles are going to be as you start to take those steps using the legs, but using those core muscles to slowly lower it down so that it looks like you're actually walking down the air, right? And then here we are today, step 4. We're going to start taking that walk. We're ready to get into it. We're ready to slide on down. I know you're ready to start walking and you're done with me talking, so let's get to walking. Come on down to the mat. Now, once we get down onto the mat, we're going to do what we always do, right? And you want to make sure you warm up again. I've been doing lots of stuff today. It's also pretty warm in this room as this is about to be a hot yoga class. But you want to make sure you warm up your body well, right? So going through the movements of these things is good. You always want to make sure your warm-ups are at least 3 to 5 minutes. You can absolutely have more than that if you want, but at least 3 to 5 minutes is where you want to be at, okay? So make sure your body's just getting warm and it doesn't feel stiff and tight anymore, right? It's starting to get loose. You're starting to find that space. Finding your tabletop is always a good one for these headstands. So just starting to roll the hands around over the wrists a little bit, taking them forward and back, maybe flipping the hands open and wiggling the fingers and sinking back into that space. Also, some cat cows, as you know, with that headstand, learning from step 2, rotating of the hips, stacking them back over the body is where you're going to really find the balance in that headstand, right into the hip area. So taking a few cat cows, inhale with the gaze up and the belly down, exhale with the chin into the chest and the belly button rising to the spine, and just warming up that core well is going to serve you very well, right? So let's get to moving forward now. It is time. It is time. It is time. Make sure you get into your warm-ups. Make sure you get into your work. Make sure you go over step 1, step 2, step 3 as much as you need to and get to a comfortable space before you walk into step 4. But when it is time, and it is time. So again, let's talk about the 4 different ways of doing it, right? We're going to walk up, we're going to walk down, we're going to do the hands down, and we're going to do the hands behind the head. The hands behind the head seem to be more of a challenge. I'm not sure. It depends on who you are and what you like and how you feel in your core muscles, right? But the hands down seems to be more supportive of the balance. The hands behind the head is maybe for people who more feel the sensitivity into the tops of your head. If you do your headstands and the top of your head hurts or your neck starts to hurt, you want to go forearms down and the hands behind the head. The forearms down are going to give you a place to press and keep the head so much of the weight out of the pressing into the head and allow a lot of the weight to be in this triangle formation that you've created into your arms with your hands right behind your head and your elbows coming out at a V shape a little bit, okay? And then the hands down again, this is just going to offer you more space to balance. Once your head is here and your hands are here, it's just easier to support your hands to balance. So it really depends on which part you need, but either way, it's up to you. Let's do it. We're going to start where we started at before. So we're going to bring that forehead down to the mat. Again, if you're comfortable, you can skip this part. You're going to roll the top of the head down to the mat, and that'll get the hands in a nice place. You want the wrist right underneath the elbows and the elbows squeezed in. You're going to tuck your toes under, press your heels back to start lifting your knees up. And then start to walk your feet towards your hands, pushing your hips back over your head. So everything is stacked, head, shoulders, and hips. Maybe you take the right knee first. Maybe you take the left knee second and stack it right on top of that right arm and then the left arm and find your comfortable headstand right here. Maybe the right foot starts to go up first all the way to the top, and then we find that headstand all the way at the top, pressing both legs up. Now, once you get to this space, this is where we're going to start walking. Again, you're slowly lowering those legs down, but you're going to take one step at a time. You want to bend one knee and pull it in. Allow this foot to slide down the leg. This keeps your balance in place right into the center. And then extend that foot out, pressing your heel as far away from you as you can. Hold that space and then start to bend into the opposite knee. Keep squeezing the knees together and then extend through the heel. Again, bend into the knee, keep them close, extend through the heel, bend into the knee, keep them close, and extend through the heel. You're bringing that all the way down to the mat, or maybe you just start with 1 or 2 steps to be able to get into it, right? And maybe as you get lower down, it gets a little bit more complicated. It gets a little bit more challenging. Your core muscles have been holding it for a while. You'll need to build up some stamina and some endurance into this space to be able to fully get the walk down, or maybe you'll just get it today, right? And the same thing, same concept on the way back up, right? So if you tuck the toes, you walk in. If you need to bring the knees here, you bring the knees here. But if you start from the floor, starting from the floor is going to be more challenging than the way we just did it, right? Because you were able to go up and bring it down. Lowering something down is always easier than picking it up, right? So right here, again, you're going to bend into the knee, squeeze them together, extend through the heel. Same thing. Now you bring the weight into those hands, get nice and strong into the core, bend into the knee, pull it in, and extend through the heel. Bend the knee, pull in, extend through the heel, bend the knee, pull in. Now remember, the steps that you're going up and down, they're completely up to you how much distance is between them, right? You can do 1,000 little steps all the way down if you want to. You can do 4 big steps all the way down. The more steps you do, the more challenging it is, the more your core muscles have to work. So it's completely up to you. You want to try to create a little consistency through them steps, so make sure that it's kind of an even number so both legs get the same amount of steps. But again, you can take it as fast or as slow as you like. I'll give you an example real quick. Let's take it right here from the bottom. So we can walk it up in maybe just a few steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to the top, right into the space. Or we can walk it down really slowly, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you're just engaging through the core, keeping those knees squeezed together and extending through the heel to step your way all the way down through the mat, okay? Now, going into the forearms down. In case that hurt your head, if that was a problem for your head, I like to encourage the forearms down in any way because it's just more supportive to the neck, okay? So your hands make a little basket just like this. Place them down onto the mat. Forehead down, roll to the top of the head. Let the basket scoop right around the back of your head. Let your elbows kind of squeeze together just a little bit, and then same concept here. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, start to walk the feet towards the head. Right here, you're pressing into these forearms to take a little bit of the weight out of your head, okay? That's going to take a little bit more core strength and a little bit more shoulder strength. Then right here, we can just start that walk again, taking those steps, bringing it all the way up towards the top, bend and extend, bend and extend, bend and extend all the way back up to the top. And remember, you can just take it back down as well. Bend and extend, bend and extend. You can bend as deep as you like and then have some big extensions if you like to play around like that. Or you can keep them nice and shallow and just take a few little steps. Again, it's all about the learning stage. It's all about the space where you are into your practice. But remember, when you're pressing into those forearms, keep that weight nice and strong to the forearms. It does make the balance a little bit more challenging, but it also gives you a little bit more support into your shoulders and into your neck. So if you need that support, have that support. There's no reason for you not to play. If you love headstands, have at them and have fun with them. All right, one more time, just in case. if you're looking to work on building your strength and your stamina into this space, you want to just work on step three slower, right? So in step three, we basically came to this space, we went all the way up and we decided to bring the legs down slower. So we were like four, three, two, and one. Good, right into that space. So if you want to work on that, you're just going to try to go for 5 seconds instead, right? Come to this space and hold for five, four, three, two, and one. Good. If you get to there, come back to this space, go for 6 seconds right here. Hold for five, six, five, four, three, two, and one. Take your time, build it up as long as you would like for it to be, and count those seconds down on your own time, on your own space. Become stronger, or just get it with those three big steps. That's cool too. It's just as good, right? You don't have to push for anything you don't want to push for, but you're absolutely allowed to take it to another level if you like. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. Don't remember, we still have three more asanas that we have to get through for the rest of this to finish this up. But that is the end of your Airwalker headstand tutorial. I hope you get it. I hope you push for it and you enjoy it. If you're still trying to get it, I still didn't say something that resonated with you and that you needed to hear, feel free to reach out to me at c.hamp.iamyogi. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all the things. Reach out to me. You can check my website as well. I have that up and running now, newly launched. Yay, come check it out. Also, I have more things coming for you, more tutorials coming for you, more movement tutorials coming from you. So follow along on all the pages. Please keep up with what's going on. I want to bring you more, and feel free to join me in class Monday nights, 6, Friday nights, 6 Eastern time. I am having class. It is a ocean wave class. It is a restorative class. I am doing it for you guys. Join me on Zoom. Have fun with me. Flow with me. Learn a little bit about your alignment and learn a little bit how to get through your transitions and practice for your body. Let me show you some options, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you all so much for being here with me today. Feel free to sign up for some private sessions or just reach out to me and say you enjoyed the series, and I just appreciate hearing that you learned something and you grew from it. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed day.